we'll also have to look at how much Dave Mason's going to want to go to his bench and let them play.
Okay, for the jump, Chris Shelton against number 40, Colley, and Gate City comes up with it. Jason Hensley passes back to Pendleton, back to Jason in the corner to Arthur Ferguson. He immediately takes the three-pointer. It is good. So Gate City gets on the scoreboard quickly, 3-0. Arthur Ferguson hitting from the corner. Now it'll be Dwayne Anderson, number 12, coming down the court. He'll be the point guard for Abingdon. He calls out the play, passes over to number 22, Cooper, back to Anderson. Abingdon very patient, and it looks like they're going to stall a little bit, according to their coach. Anderson and Cooper playing a two-man passing game. Cooper has it now.
Similar type game that Patrick Henry tried early in the game up there and worked well for a while.
Colley out on the wing. Cooper back to number 12, Dwayne Anderson. They're working into Colley. Turnaround jumper blocked by Shelton. It'll go out to Abingdon.
This is something Shelton has to do. He has to block Colley out, and he has to be able to stop that inside shot, because in a slow point game, you're going to work to that inside man most likely.
They pass it out to Cooper, back to Anderson, and now Cooper has it. He's being guarded by Morris as Gate City in a man-to-man. Dave Mason calls out a play. Abingdon still in the stall game, into Colley. Back to number 22, that is Scott Cooper. He's being guarded by Morris. Cooper looking for some breathing room, has Colley in the corner. Scores 3-0 as clock winds down. Number 10, Sage Johnson hits the jumper from 8. So just like that, Abingdon back into it. Score is 3-2, Gate City in the lead. Arthur Ferguson passing over to Jason Hensley. To Morris in the corner, he takes the three-pointer. In and out it goes. Rebound comes down to Wes Colley of Abingdon, and Scott Cooper picks it up. They give it to number 12, Dwayne Anderson. Anderson calls out another play with the closed fist. He's being guarded by Ferguson, blocked away by Shelton. They get it to Arthur Ferguson. Nice pass over to Morris. It goes over Morris's head and will go out of bounds to Abingdon. Good opportunity for Gate City, just couldn't convert.
Again, you look at the defensive play that Shelton had played right there, and even though they didn't convert, they did slow Abingdon down at that point.
Scott Cooper has the ball on the far side, passes it to Colley. He's in the corner being guarded by Shelton. Hands off to Cooper. They get it to Sage Johnson, number 10, being fronted by Hensley. To number 12, Dwayne Anderson. He gets it to Colley. Abingdon trying to work for an easy shot inside. Cooper has it. As Morris comes to the tail him, Cooper near half court now, way back there. Gets it to Colley at the free throw line. Johnson driving layup, hits the bottom of the rim, gets his own rebound, puts it up and in, and Abingdon leads this ball game by a score of 4-3. Johnson has all 4 points for Abingdon tonight. Number 12, Arthur Ferguson in the corner to Hensley. Lobs it into Shelton. Shelton tips it back out to Ferguson. Hensley from 3. Shot is good for Jason Hensley, and he's picking up just where he left off.
Hensley, a very good player from outside and a very good defensive player as well, PJ.
Scott Cooper back to Sage Johnson at the top of the circle to Wes Colley. Colley looking for some help. Back out to Cooper. Score is 6-4, Gate City in the lead. Abingdon slowing it down, playing for a very patient, good shot. Scott Cooper has it. He is double teamed, pass over to Sage Johnson. Johnson is deadly from 3, so Gate City gonna have to watch out for him. To Dwayne Anderson, he's being guarded by Ferguson. Colley is at the three-point line, back to Anderson.
Colley went to sleep right there. If he hadn't, he would have beat Shelton, because Shelton just kind of lost out on what was going on for just a minute.
Gate City very comfortable playing with Abingdon here. They'll play the Falcons game as the fans getting into it, chanting boring. Number 22, Cooper, passes over to Johnson. Back to Cooper, and this is just turning into a Dean Smith four corners affair. As Dwayne Anderson heads at the foul line and pulls it out. Picked off by Ferguson. He gets out to Shelton. Shelton gonna slam it down on the fast break, and that brings this crowd to life. And I'm sure that was not what the Falcons wanted.
That was not what they wanted, but this is the second time that Shelton has dunked the ball already against Abingdon.
And another tip-off. Jason Hensley going down the court. He hits the reverse, misses a reverse layup. Shelton puts up the rebound shot. It won't go. The Falcons wrestling for it. Finally, it comes down to a Abingdon player, number 30, Jonathan Jonas, and he is called for a traveling violation. And Abingdon wants a time at Hensley. They work it to Arthur Ferguson. Morris in the corner with the screen. Shot is good by Morris, and they call it a three-point shot. So Gate City now leading 11-4. 3:38 left to play in the first quarter. Abingdon works it up inside to number 30, Jonas. The pass went off his head, and it'll be a turnover to Gate City.
Morris and Abingdon tried to change their strategy there, and that didn't work too well, so it's going to be interesting to see what they try down the stretch.
Morris in the corner at the three-point line. He pulls up just inside from there, and he hits the two-point shot from 17.
That's 4 3-pointers already for Gate City here in the first quarter.
And a foul going to be called on Arthur Ferguson, number 12. Ferguson picks up the foul, his first. And it will be having the ball with Sage Johnson, number 10, inbounding. So already we've seen a very interesting game as the Falcons work it up. Lots of action as the gym is packed here at Gate City. Gate City putting the press on up court. They get it into the front court to West Colley. Needs some help. Over to number 22, Scott Cooper. And here goes the Falcons delay game again. They're going to work for a good shot. Sage Johnson to Dwayne Anderson. Anderson will move around front. He shoots to Cooper. Back to Johnson. He's being fronted by Jason Hensley. Johnson spinning off. Pass inside to Jonas. Shot blocked by Shelton. What a foul called on Shelton over the back. It'll be the first foul on Chris Shelton. Chris Johnson has it. Back out to Scott Cooper. He'll set the team's offense up. He's near midcourt. He'll move around with Morris guarding him. Hands off to Sage Johnson. Johnson being guarded by Jason Hensley. Hensley picks it off from behind. Hensley going to cruise in, take the layup all the way. He misses it. There's Morris for the tip in. And Gate City now leads it 15-4. And I'm sure the Falcons have to be wondering what they can do to break this Gate City team as the Blue Devils put the press on. Jonas is open underneath and hits the easy layup for 2. As finally Abingdon ends their scoring drought. Morris from 3. Shot is no good. Rebound comes down to Sage Johnson. 2-on-1 break. Johnson passed over. Hensley, excellent defense. Picked it up. Passes up to Ferguson. To Morris. Breaking away. His shot no good. And Ferguson hits the mighty rebound. Shelton's turnaround layup is good for Gate City. They lead 17-6. We're under 2 minutes to play. And an excellent game for Gate City in offense and defense. Morris steals the pass. His shot no good, but he is fouled by Sage Johnson. That'll be the first foul on Johnson. And it will send Kevin Moose Morris to the line to shoot 2.
I have to be sitting here wondering what's going through this coach in Abingdon. What's going through his mind at this time. I mean, you're down 11 points, and to see the play here that is going on as Morris puts his first one up, and it's nothing but net. What's he going to do? What's his strategy going to be down the line to try to control these Devils who have beat some of the best teams around? In fact, this is the only team in the district they haven't beat twice. Morris puts a second one up, and it's good. So it's going to be interesting, PJ.
And the Falcons will bring it up behind Dwayne Anderson, number 12. Gets it up to West Colley, looking for some help. And they finally break the timeline. Dwayne Anderson, number 12, has it being guarded by number 12 for Gate City, Arthur Ferguson. He hands off to Sage Johnson, and eventually working to Anderson. Going to drive the lane, puts it up to Colley. Colley shot no good. There's Chris Shelton with the rebound. Arthur Ferguson has Hensley open. Good pass to Moose Morris underneath, and counts the shot and the foul. It may be a 2-shot foul after the first, who puts the layup up and good. So 4-point play for Gate City, as they now lead it 23-6. The press on again. Number 10. Johnson gets it up court to number 32. Cook. Cook is double teamed as they work it to Anderson at the top of the circle. He pulls up just inside the 3 line. It's good for number 12, Dwayne Anderson. And the score now 23-8. Morris going to drive, put the layup, no good. Shelton fights for the rebound, has it, puts his layup, good. 25-8 to score as we're under a minute. 33 seconds. Number 12, Dwayne Anderson, looking for help. He passes up court. Jonas recovers for Abingdon. They get it to number 22. That is Scott Cooper. Cooper being hounded to Sage Johnson. Johnson has it as they work it around the circle to Cooper with 15 seconds left. Calls the play out. Going to drive on Morris. And to number 12, that is Dwayne Anderson. They get it to Sage Johnson. Puts a shot up over Hensley in the lane. It won't go. Rebound to number 32, Cook for Abingdon, and he puts it in for 2. Moose Morris working it up for Gate City. Drives, nice pass over to Hensley. His shot from three. In and out, Morris with the rebound. He's caught, puts the shot up, no good. Shelton there again for the rebound. Another rebound and 2 more points for Chris Shelton. As the lead now, 27-10 for Gate City. They get it to Sage Johnson at the foul line. He's going to drive on Hensley. Shot up over Shelton is good for Sage Johnson. 6 points for Johnson in the game. As Tony Bellamy checked in at that last break for Gate City, and Ferguson sat down. Hensley with Bellamy open on his right. Inbound, lobs it into Shelton. His shot no good. Pendleton tips it around. Finally, it's taken by Jonas for Abingdon. And he gets off to number 12, Dwayne Anderson. Anderson calls at the play, comes across half court, takes the screen, and it's tipped away by Hensley. He picks it up. Nice pass over to Bellamy from behind the back. Bellamy's shot no good. Tip up by Morris is in for 2. The Blue Devils continue to roll 29-12.
We see why Gate City is a first-place team in the Highland District and the way that they play here.
Another steal by Morris. Gets it over to Ferguson, or Hensley, excuse me. Shot almost went in for Hensley, but he was fouled. Foul will be called on Sage Johnson, number 10, his second. And number 14 for Abingdon, Frankie Carter will check in.
Tony Bellamy has checked in early in this second quarter too, PJ, so that's a big factor also. The Terminator is a very key player. He's what you might call a sixth starter on this team.
Jason Hensley, number 32, the point guard for Gate City. Rolls out, misses his first free throw. Jason Hensley missed the first free throw. He'll have one more as we have 6:30 to play before the halftime. Hensley's second free throw again no good, but Chris Shelton runs the rebound down. Pendleton picks up the loose ball, puts the jumper up from 8. It's good for Rusty Pendleton. Gate City just cannot seem to go wrong tonight. Frankie Carter weaves his way across, gets it up to Sage Johnson. Johnson lobs it into number 32, Aaron Cook. Shot blocked by Shelton, but they're going to whistle Shelton with the foul. Tate Mason not happy with this. Says, come on, ref.
Every time they make a call against this team, this crowd just seems to go totally against the referee's call. We're not saying the referees are wrong. We're just telling you this crowd is very biased and very vocal.
Mason seemed startled by the call.
Yes, he did.
And that will put number 32, Aaron Cook, at the line to shoot 2. First shot by Cook barely hits the front of the rim. No good. He'll have one more shot. Devils lead 31-12. 6:11 to play before the half. Cook yet to score tonight. Or excuse me, he has 2 points tonight. His free throw is good. So Cook for 3 points tonight. Score is 31-13. Morris races down quickly. Shot in up from 15 off the front of the rim. Cook gets the rebound. Up to Cooper. They get it to Sage Johnson. His layup over Pendleton is good. Sage Johnson with 8 points on the night. Gate City up to Bellamy. Bellamy tried to get it into Shelton. It was kicked away by an Abingdon player. So it'll be Gate City ball underneath the goal. Morris will inbound to Hensley. Over to Bellamy. In the corner to Morris from 3. Shot is good for Kevin Moose Morris, and he's having an excellent game. Frankie Carter for Abingdon, number 14, working the ball up. He gets it through 3 Devil defenders. Sage Johnson from 17. His shot won't go. Johnson very cold tonight. Hensley for Gate City crosses the half-court line and lobs it up to Morris, but they're going to say Hensley took steps before the lob, and it will be Abingdon ball.
Sometimes these Blue Devils get in such a hurry and they move so fast that they actually forget where the ball is and how many steps that they can take before they can get rid of it.
Number 22, Scott Cooper, has it stolen away by Tony Bellamy. Bellamy can take it all the way himself and hits the easy layup. 36-15, Gate City leads it. This is becoming a runaway. Johnson's double team over to Jonas. Jonas shot over Shelton is no good. Rebound tipped out. Jason Hensley picks it up. Leads the Blue Devils up the court. Looking for some help. Pulls up from 14. Shot is good for Jason Hensley. 38-15 as we're under 5 minutes to play in the second quarter. They work it up to number 32, Cook. Jonas' shot is passed from number 32, Cook, is on the baseline, and it will be Gate City ball. Number 40, Tony Bellamy inbounds it to Jason Hensley, number 32, as he will work it up court. Has Bellamy open on his right. Lobs it into Shelton. Shelton's turnaround jumper over Jonas is no good. There's Pendleton to grab the rebound. His turnaround no good. Bellamy with the rebound is good. Gate City with 3 consecutive rebounds. They are just beating Abingdon to death on the boards. As Arthur Ferguson, number 12, will check back in for Gate City at the next horn. Carter double team for Abingdon. Cook open to Jonas. Jonas hits the easy layup for 2 for Abingdon. Bellamy up to Morris. Bellamy picks up the loose ball over to Pendleton. Morris going to drive the lane. Hits the easy layup for 2. Now Ferguson. Ferguson into Bellamy. The spin jumper is off. There's Frankie Carter with the rebound for Abingdon. Up to Sage Johnson all alone. Controls himself. And he traveled with the ball before he can pass it off. And it will be over to Gate City. Sage Johnson just having a rough game for Abingdon. Usually one of their better players. But tonight just having a dickens of a time. As Arthur Ferguson comes up, Abingdon trying to put some pressure on him. Misses the jump shot. Bellamy there to miss the layup. But Shelton's layup good for Gate City. 44-18 the score. 3:12 before the halftime break. They work it up to Scott Cooper, number 22. Shot over Shelton is good for Scott Cooper. As the referee calls time for just a moment to get Gate City the ball. And they inbound it. 3 minutes exactly to play. 24-point lead for Gate City. Score is 44-20. Ferguson gets it over to Bellamy. He's at the three-point line. And a traveling violation called on Tony Bellamy. He pulled the pivot foot along. And the Falcons will take it out on the side.
Falcons having a little bit of trouble here, PJ, but I don't think we better count them out just yet because they're a known team to come back and play tight. They've played some teams tough this year. They may be third in the district right now or tied for it, but you don't count Abingdon out. These Falcons are some good ball players.
Number 14, Carter, has it stripped away by Bellamy in the backcourt. Bellamy, nice pass over to Morris. Morris lost control of it. His shot blocked by Sage Johnson. Johnson recovers it, so great defense by Johnson. They get it up to Cooper, and the shot by Cooper no good. Carter picks it up and will wait for his teammate Sage Johnson to return. Frankie Carter pulls up from 10 in the lane. It won't go, and Arthur Ferguson picks up the loose ball. Ferguson will bring it up for his Devil teammates as Morris on his right. Ferguson moves to the right, looking for help. Into Bellamy. Bellamy's easy layup is good. The Falcons work it up. Sage Johnson up court quickly, drives around Morris. Layup swatted by Shelton, and they're going to whistle Chris Shelton for his third foul with 2:02 left to play in the third quarter. Over to Morris. Morris at the top of the key. Pulls a shot up from about the foul line. It rolls out, and a foul going to be whistled on Tony Bellamy, number 40, I believe, over the back. On 32, Jason Hensley, going to weave his way through defenders and hits the layup for 2. Now Abingdon down the court. Scott Cooper's shot blocked by Pendleton, and a foul called on Pendleton. So both big men for Gate City in foul trouble. Pendleton with 3 and Shelton with 3. Lead is now 48-26 for Gate City. Morris calls that the play. Spins around Cooper. Inside to Bellamy, tipped away. Carter has it. They get it out to Cooper. His pass tipped away by Hensley. It'll go out of bounds to Abingdon, but great pressure defense by Jason Hensley. And it'll be number 22, Scott Cooper inbounding to Frankie Carter, number 14. Carter calls out play number 2. Sage Johnson has it on the left wing. Johnson pass inside to Cooper. He tries to put the shot over Morris and instead pulls it back. Cooper slides on the floor, and he is called for a traveling violation. Flores seems to be very slick tonight, as we've seen several players lose their traction. And Arthur Ferguson, the point guard for Gate City now, works it over to Hensley. Lob into Collins. Josh Collins spins, has his pass knocked away, and they're going to say up and down, a traveling violation called on Collins. So under a minute to play, 55 seconds before the half. Abingdon working it up to Scott Cooper. Cooper looking for some help, going to drive the lane. Shot over Hensley is good for Scott Cooper of Abingdon.
Gate City's went into a little bit of a dry spell here, PJ, but I don't think it's going to last very long.
Lead down to 20 for the Blue Devils. Over to Morris. He takes a shot from 3. It is no good. The rebound comes down to Hensley for Gate City. His shot from about 12 is good for the senior. And the Falcons will work it up behind number 14, Frankie Carter. He is triple teamed. Look for some help. They work it over to Scott Cooper. Puts the jumper off the glass, rolls out. Number 32, Aaron Cook's shot, good.
Tell you from experience as a parent.
It's to Kevin Morris, number 24. He looks to the bench and brings it down. Abingdon in a man-to-man. Morris going to drive. Misses as the shot stripped away. As he hits the deck, it will be Abingdon ball on underneath the goal. It'll be number 10, Sage Johnson inbounding into Dwayne Anderson. Over to Johnson. Johnson also, although he had 10 points, has been relatively sublime tonight.
Kind of quiet, not played as well as usual.
Jonas hits the open shot for Abingdon.
Then when you're down 18 points, nobody's going to show as well as they do when you play tight with the team all night long.
Jason Hensley across half court to Moose Morris here on the near side. Morris pulls up from three. Shot is no good. There's Rusty Pendleton with the rebound. Shot over Jonas. Jonas blocks it. So Abingdon coming out and sticking tough to Gate City here in the early going. Score is 50-32. Anderson has it in the corner, being guarded by Ferguson. He'll move it out. As Gate City and also in a man-to-man. Anderson spins around Ferguson. Wild shot up, no good. Rebound comes down to Colley. Shot over Shelton, no good. Arthur Ferguson gets the rebound, kicks it out to Pendleton. Pendleton passes up court, is stolen by Scott Cooper for Abingdon. He slips on the floor again, and a traveling violation called. So we have seen several players go down on the court tonight because of the slick conditions.
Several players have been down on this floor. I'm wondering why it's so slick. It's not any different than it has been in the past, so it is making a big difference, though.
Lob into Shelton. He's turning around. Hook shot is good. Two more for Gate City as Abingdon turns around. It comes up the other end, hits Scott Cooper, and he makes the easy layup for two. Hensley brings it up for Gate City. Looking for help. Trying to get it to Morris. And the pass was a little too hard for him and went out of bounds. Abingdon brings it in. So we have a much faster paced game here in the second half. Sage Johnson now going to take the three-pointer. It arches, no good. There's Wes Colley for the rebound. Double team. Gets to a cutting Sage Johnson, who hits the hook layup. Hensley going to drive. Trying to get it in, and they're going to say Hensley traveled with the ball before he could save it in. And quickly, Abingdon works it up court to Cooper. Cooper pulls up, hits the jumper for two.
Gate City's going just a little cold here, Ivan. PJ, I wonder what's happened to them and what the strategy is going to be down the line.
Lead down to 14. Pendleton works inside. His jumper no good. It'll be out of bounds off of Jonas for Abingdon. Or no, they're going to say off of Gate City.
They're saying it rolled off of Chris Shelton's leg as it went out.
So Abingdon
on his part to get it off Shelton.
Abingdon in a run, and number 12, Dwayne Anderson, forced into the trap, turns the ball over on a traveling violation, and Gate City's Arthur Ferguson will inbound from the side.
Interesting, Gate City's only scored 2 points here in this third quarter.
Abingdon has scored 8. as the Blue Devils lead it 52-38. They work at the Morris inside. His jumper is good. And the Falcons turn it right around. Sage Johnson has the ball stripped away from behind by Morris. So Abingdon, very counter from the way they had in the first period. They came out for a stall game. Now they're coming out for a off-the-wall attack against Gate City. They're running it at Gate City, and most people know you don't want to run with Gate City. They work it into Jonas. Jonas back out to Anderson from just inside the 3 line. It's good for Dwayne Anderson.
Having some success right now at this type strategy they're using here early in this second half.
Jason Hensley from 3. Shot is no good. There's Morris with the rebound. Fakes. Shot is good for Morris from the left hand. And Pendleton steals the inbound pass. They work it to Chris Shelton. His shot up, no good. And he is fouled by Wes Colley, number 40. Dwayne Anderson tells his teammates to settle down. And yes, it is on Colley. Colley picking up only his first foul. And it will send Chris Shelton, number 54, the center for Gate City, to the line to shoot 2. Gate City leads by 16. First shot by Shelton is good. He'll have one more. 5:15 left to play in the third quarter. Abingdon has come out to play good basketball and keep this game close. Shelton misses the second free throw, and it's stolen away from Colley by Ferguson. Ferguson misses the layup. Colley has it. Up court to number 12, Dwayne Anderson. Anderson to Johnson. Pull up from 12, no good. Chris Shelton with the rebound. Hensley loses it. Anderson picks it up for Abingdon. Over to Johnson, who hits the easy layup. Abingdon coming back.
It's not playing good ball here in this third quarter. This is not typical Gate City. I wonder if they've become a little overconfident, or they're taking some shots that maybe they shouldn't, or what has actually happened to them.
Hensley driving layup blocked. Morris with the rebound. His shot rolls out. Shelton with the rebound. His shot good, finally, for Gate City. And the Blue Devils, Kevin Morris steals it. Pass over to Ferguson. His shot, again, no good. And Ferguson going to be whistled for a foul on Wes Colley. Gate City missing some easy shots, Gary.
Missing some shots that they, that I have to think that they should not miss. They're taking some shots that maybe they ought to just slow down and think about just a little. We hope that this don't continue, because it could be very tough down the line.
Anderson passes cross court to Johnson. They inbound it to Jonas. Shot up over Shelton and Pendleton. No good, but a foul going to be whistled underneath on one of the 2 big men for Gate City. It will be Rusty Pendleton picking up the foul, his 4th. So early, Pendleton picking up number 4 as the Terminator, Tony Bellamy, checks into the ball game, number 40 for Gate City.
Tony, a very capable basketball player, and has proved all year long that he can come in for almost anybody and can play. And we know that he can play on the board. No question about that he can play with the big boys on that board. He's proved that time and time again.
First shot by number 30, Jonas, is good for a point. Jonas with 7 points on the night, looking for number 8. He can narrow the lead to 15. He misses it. There's Bellamy, as Gary said, contributing with the rebound. Up to Morris. Morris being guarded by Scott Cooper. Morris going to drive on Cooper. Shot up in the lane is good. It rolls around good for Morris. Colley inbounds it to Scott Cooper. 4 minutes left to play in the third period. And Abingdon is coming back.
Abingdon is fighting back, and this is just not Gate City's typical ball game, PJ. They're playing very loose and very undisciplined here in this third quarter. So I have to think that Dave Mason is not going to be happy with this quarter of play here.
Gate City inbounds from the side after the ball being knocked out of bounds by Abingdon. Number 24, Kevin Morris, over to Arthur Ferguson. Ferguson looking inside, has Shelton. Shelton to Hensley. Hensley faked. Going to pull up. No, dish off to Shelton. Shelton's easy layup is good for 2. 63-48 the score. 3 minutes left to play before the end of the third period. Dwayne Anderson crossing half court to Sage Johnson. Long pass up court, blocked away. Shelton picked up the loose pass. Morris, nice pass to Hensley. As Abingdon stole it, Hensley has to go off his foot in the front court. It'll be Abingdon ball.
We have to say that Gate City did play some good defensive ball right there, and that they...
Controlled by Abingdon. As the fans for Gate City pick up the cheer, Arthur Ferguson goes to the line to complete the three-point play. His shot up is good. Abingdon quickly up to Dwayne Anderson. Anderson holds it up for his teammates. They get it inside to Johnson. Johnson shot up and around Shelton, no good. Johnson's tip in, rolls around, and finally drops for Sage Johnson. Johnson with 19 points tonight. Morris has it for Gate City, drives the lane. Shot is good off the backboard. And let's see, will they count it? There's a foul. Foul going to be called on number 40, Colley. They say it was before the shot, so the shot will not count.
Good effort by Morris there just to go follow through with it.
They inbound it, and Ferguson picks it up, saves it into Morris. Morris going to drive the lane, has it stripped away by Johnson, and they're going to say it was off of Morris. 68-53 the score. 2:03 left to play before the end of the third. They get up to Dwayne Anderson, crossing half court. Dwayne Anderson looks to his right, has Sage Johnson. Johnson into Colley. Turnaround jumper over Shelton, no good. Colley puts the tip in for two. So Abingdon still hanging tough with Gate City. 13-point lead for the Devils. Morris, nice pass into Ferguson. Ferguson in the lane. His pump jumper is good.
Excellent move by Ferguson going inside there and just getting a beautiful overarm shot there.
Jonas feeds a driving Anderson. His layup no good. It comes down to Bellamy. Has it stripped away by Jonas. Jumper off the glass, no good.
Right now, I think they may be trying to work on Bellamy or Shelton and try to get him a foul and maybe get him out of there.
Bellamy is on the wing, the right wing, looking for some help. He shoots the three-point shot, no good. Rebound comes down to Abingdon, Sage Johnson. Long pass up court to Jonas, who's wide open. Jonas misses the slam and hits 2 games. He's missed the slam dunk. Morris, the spin move, no good. Shelton with the rebound. It's up, no good. Jonas collects the rebound. I believe that's 2 games this year. Jonas has missed the open dunk against Gate City.
That is for sure. I remember the other one, and he just blew both of them.
Cooper misses a shot, but Anderson tips it in for 2.
2 occasions where he had nobody around him, and he just should have had an easy dunk shot and has missed both of them.
And the Gate City crowd let him know of his mistake. They pass it over to Ferguson. Pulls up from 15, no good. Morris flies in for the rebound. Shot off the backboard, no good. Bellamy with the rebound. There he puts it in. Clock down to 8 seconds. Anderson has the ball stripped from him. Morris going to drive, puts the shot up, no good. Bellamy's tip in is good. Let's see, who they call the foul on. Okay, so at this moment, I think we're going to have 4 free throws, should be. Let's see. They're going to shoot the technical first. Morris at the line for Gate City with 2 seconds left on the clock. Morris' first free throw is no good. He has one more. It's up, and this time it rolls good. So this, I will believe, will be before the 2-shot foul call.
We have to remember now that Gate City will get the ball back because there is a technical.
Morris hits the free throw. He has 1 free throw remaining. Shot by Morris is good. Morris hits 3 out of 4 free throws. As the referee calls timeout and gets in the out. 59, Gate City in the lead. Abingdon will inbound. They get it into Dwayne Anderson. He drives and misses the layup. Ball out of bounds off of the hands of Colley for Abingdon. And Ferguson will trigger it in for Gate City. Into Hensley. Hensley across half court, lobs it into Shelton. Shelton's turnaround jumper is no good. Shelton gets the rebound. Out to Hensley from 3. Shot is no good. Ball tipped around, and Jonas is able to wrestle it away. Up court to Sage Johnson, to Wes Colley, who puts in the 2 for Abingdon. Colley with 11 tonight. as they work it in the corner to Ferguson. He passes into Shelton, turnaround jumper, will not be going, and Jonas with the rebound. They get it out to Sage Johnson. Johnson works it up court, pulls up over Ferguson. Shot is no good. Jonas with the rebound. Shot good for Jonathan Jonas, number 30 of Abingdon. And the Falcons again come out hot. Lead again down to 14, 77 to 63. Hensley around Dwayne Anderson, looking for help as the man-on-man defense of Abingdon trying to collapse on the ball handler. Moore's shot blocked. He gets his own rebound, puts the rebound in, no good. Moore's shot is good, and the foul.
Morris just would not give up right there. He just kept going after the rebound and going after the shot till he went up so much that the cross had to happen somewhere, and they just hammered him that last time as he went up.
Morris seems to have so much energy. It's just as if he doesn't wear out. He goes through a game consistently going up and down the court, and it just doesn't seem to tire him.
Well, he's a little bit shorter than your average ball player maybe, and he's very deceptive in the fact that, you know, he can be up when you think he should be down.
Morris hit the free throw as Gate City comes out with the press. Abingdon going to have to hurry to work it across half court. They do in the hands of Sage Johnson. Hits the running layup. It is no good, they're going to call it. And a foul going to be whistled on number 24, Moose Morris for Gate City underneath. And number 10, Sage Johnson will go. Sage Johnson will go to the line to shoot two, as Gary says, the first foul on Morris. So just an all-around spectacular game for Kevin Morris. Sage Johnson makes the first shot.
Morris has 33 already tonight, so he's having a very good game point-wise and real good game defensive too, I think.
Johnson misses the second shot. There's Jonas to put the tip in. So Abingdon cutting the lead. It is down to 14, 80 to 66, as we're in the fourth quarter of action here at the Devil's Den. Morris passes over to Ferguson. Dwayne Anderson steals it away. Anderson to number 22, Cooper, who hits the easy layup. Abingdon has cut the lead to 12. Bellamy works it up, and it's kicked out of bounds by number 10, Sage Johnson, near half court. 6:12 left in the ball game. Jason Hensley will inbound it on the far side of the court from us. Into Morris. Morris going to drive in the lane, and he misses the layup. Rebound comes down to Bellamy. He works for it, misses the shot, but a foul called on number 30, Jonathan Jonas, for Abingdon.
Abingdon's coach very upset with one of his ball players there. Didn't feel like that he was in the place that he should have been.
Tony Bellamy will go to the line to shoot two. Bellamy, what a success story for Gate City as he hits the first free throw. Played a freshman year of basketball. Did not play his sophomore, junior years. Coming out his senior year and has played a key role as a sixth man off the bench as he stepped over the line on the free throw. Will not count. Has played a key role as sixth man off the bench his senior year. And had Bellamy not come out, this season may have been a different story.
He has been a key factor all season long.
Dwayne Anderson driving to the goal. Dishes out to Colley. 2 points for Wes Colley.
Bellamy's been a very key factor in many games that we saw all season long as we followed him. Has made a tremendous difference. Ferguson
into Bellamy. Turnaround jumper by Coney is good. Lead goes back to 13. They try to lob it up court. Hensley steals it. He's got a 5-on-3 break into Ferguson. The layup goes for this time for Arthur Ferguson. Gate City on a 6-point run. Again, the press by the Devils. Dwayne Anderson has it up court. Drives around Bellamy. Inside to Jonas. His jumper no good. The rebound comes down to Ferguson. Looks for some help. Trying to drive out of the lane. Abingdon has it. Colley hits the layup. And I believe a warning going to be called on Abingdon for a delay of game. They give it to Gate City. In the Morris.
Trying to keep this game under control. It's very, very high pitch right now. Very temperamental with this game as it score as it is.
Morris drives into Shelton. Shelton shot off the backboard, no good. Collects his own rebound. Hits the jumper from 6. 2 more for the Animal from the inside. Sage Johnson, number 10, with the ball in the corner to Scott Cooper. They hit Colley. Back to John. Gate City has let this game slip away, and St. Johnson whistled for the pushing foul. 4:14 left to play here at Gate City High School. I'd say if you're an Abingdon fan right now, the only thing against you is the clock.
That has to be the key factor against Abingdon is the clock, because Gate City is not hitting well in this fourth quarter. They've not played consistent, especially in the second half.
Hensley hits the first free throw. He'll have one more coming up as he gives the Blue Devils an 11-point lead, looking to make it 12 here.
If you're an Abingdon coach, you have to wish that clock would stretch right now.
He misses the free throw, but Bellamy is there to put the rebound in.
Again, Bellamy contributes as he has all season long. Very key factor, very important player all season.
Dwayne Anderson, number 12, into West Colley. His shot over Shelton will not go. There's Jonas to put the rebound in for Abingdon.
Abingdon has controlled the boards very well in the second half.
Over to Hensley. Fakes, gonna drive. He lays it up and in for Gate City. 2 more for the senior guard. 92-79 the score. 3:45 left to play in this ball game. Scott Cooper over to Dwayne Anderson. Colley's turnaround over Shelton won't go. Colley, fierce rebound, and it's stripped away from number 22, Cooper. It goes out of bounds to Gate City, and Rusty Pendleton, number 50, will check in. Chris Shelton goes out. No, they're going to bring Bellamy out, number 40. So both the host players back in for Gate City. Pendleton and Shelton. Pendleton with 4 fouls, and we believe Shelton also with 4. Gate City brings it down. Hensley was double teamed over to Ferguson. Ferguson pulls up from 17. Shot won't go, and Shelton gives to Ferguson. Ferguson pulls up from about 14. No good. Jonas with the rebound. Over to Sage Johnson. Got to watch Johnson from the outside. Inside to cutting Colley. Shot blocked by Shelton. And there's Jason Hensley bringing it down. 2-on-1 break. And he tried to pass it, got it caught in his leg, and traveled with the basketball. 3:04 as they lob it down to Colley. Shot over Shelton is good for Wes Colley, who has turned it on in the second half. They held him to 2 in the first half, but he has exploded for 18 points here in the second half. Pendleton's jumper no good. As they try to save it in, they're going to say Hensley was out of bounds, and we'll go back to Abingdon. Score is 92-81.
Coach Dave Mason has to be wishing this clock would tick on down, because Gate City has not played at all well here in this fourth quarter.
Scott Cooper calls out the play, passes to his left. Johnson from 3 again. Another three-pointer for Sage Johnson. The lead is down to 8 for Gate City. Over Shelton is good for Scott Cooper. The lead is down to 7 for for Gate City. 2 minutes exactly left to play. Morris crosses half court. He is the clutch player from 3. Morris shot won't go. Sage Johnson has it. Out to Cooper, who's going to hit the wide open layup. The lead is down to 5 for Gate City. The Blue Devils trying to work it up court. 1:45 left to play. Gate City has just collapsed here in the last 3 minutes. Ferguson double team. Has to get some help. Hensley fakes in the lane. Shot blocked, and Abingdon comes up with it. They could cut the lead possibly to 2. Over to Anderson. Sage Johnson back to Anderson from just inside the 3 line. It's good. And the
shot in this game could easily go into a tie with 1:18 left in the game. We know the momentum has got to be with Abingdon right now. So Dave Mason has to somehow slow their momentum down and get his players settled down and get them to taking a little more time and be a little more precise in their shooting. It would be a very big upset if Abingdon were to come in here and to beat Gate City tonight.
Abingdon is fired up as they come out. The Devils now enter the court.
As we talked earlier, Abingdon is a much better ball club than the record indicates that they are.
They've had some key injuries all year, and just now are they beginning to gel as a team. Okay, clock winding down, 1:15. Score is 93-90. Arthur Ferguson for Gate City brings the ball up. He is going to be double teamed. Passes up to Hensley in the front court. Gate City going to waste some clock. Hensley looks for some help. Ferguson double teamed over to Morris. Morris loses it, It goes out of bounds to Gate City.
Very key break for Gate City right there.
Morris will inbound it. Clock stands at 59. Inbounds it to Pendleton. To Ferguson. Ferguson now breaks the half-court plane, is double-teamed. Needs some help. Over to Pendleton. Pendleton over to Hensley. Here goes Gate City into the stall. Ferguson back to Hensley. Now they'll have to force Abingdon out of the zone. Hensley is double-teamed. Over to Pendleton. Clock down to 39. And Hensley is fouled by Sage Johnson. And I think that will be number 4 for Johnson.
You have to think that maybe the Abingdon coach signaling to go ahead and foul because they have to get the ball back.
And Jason Hensley, a very good free throw shooter, though.
Under a tremendous amount of pressure at this point, though. Should he hit these 2 free throws, that could give Gate City a very good lead, even though Abingdon may come back and hit a 3 as he gets the first free throw. Well, this, at his point right here, if Gate City don't foul, they are in a better position than they were, but not out of the woods by any means.
Hensley hits the most.
That is.
Lead is now 5 for Gate City. Abingdon will work it up quickly. I'm sure they want to get to Sage Johnson. Gate City going to collapse on him. Make sure he does not get that ball. Dwayne Anderson into Colley. His shot over Shelton is good. The lead is down.
The key here is to get the ball in and across midcourt.
All right, and Gate City inbounds it to Shelton. Back to Ferguson. Ferguson going to have to work it up court quickly. Over to Hensley. Hensley weaves through some players. They work it into the front court. Now he's triple-teamed. Over to Morris. Clock down to 13. 12. Over to Hensley. And Hensley is fouled by Johnson.
Again,
Wayne Anderson.
We have to think that the coach has said, well, if they get it across, you've got to foul because that's the only opportunity that we have. But with a 3-point lead, should he get these, it's going to be a tremendous asset here at with 10 seconds left in this fourth quarter.
Free throw no good by Hensley. They work it down. 7 seconds left. Wayne Anderson going to pull up a 3. Blocked by Shelton. It goes out of bounds. Chris Shelton.
Chris has played a tremendous game all year long. But this latter part of the season, as we talk time and time again, he has come on very strong and has been a very, very key player. Dave Mason commented early in the season, if Gate City is going to win the district, if they have any hopes in the regionals and maybe even down in the state, Chris Shelton has to come alive. He has to play inside and he has to score. This has been a typical game for Chris late in the season. So with 3 seconds, it's very crucial here to see what happens.
Okay, score is 95-92. As Gary said, 3 seconds left to play. Abingdon will inbound it underneath their own goal. They have to lob it in and get a 3-point shot. It'll be Colley looking for Johnson. He gets it in. Johnson loses it. He throws up a miracle. It does not go in. And Gate City wins this ball game. A close one by a score of 95-92. So, from Gate City High School, I'm P.J. Grinsell with Gary Wallen and Melissa Blevins. For the final game in the Devil's Den here at Gate City, we're going to send you back to the studios at Channel 30.
fair section.